Hi everyone, Nick here. Hey, how are you going? I know we're kind of nearly at the end of level 4. We've probably got another 2 weeks left of level 3. But in all of this, you've probably noticed, well, I certainly have noticed, as I've been looking at the news and social media, that there's been a lot more anxiety kind of coming through. A lot more fear, as the reality of the unknown becomes closer and closer. People are getting anxious, and when people get anxious, they do things that aren't always normal. They maybe say things that aren't helpful, or they react in ways that are unexpected, but they believe things that are just irrational. And I think when it comes to fear, this is to be expected. Fear makes us weird. But as Christians, God calls us to be different. He says we're not to be fearful. He says, "Fear not, for I am with you." In 1 Peter 5-7, it's one of my favourite verses. It says, "Cast all your anxieties upon him, because he cares for you." Now, you might think, wow, that sounds great, but actually, how does that work? Well, I've got 2 thoughts for that for today. The first thought is that fear is actually contagious. If one person is anxious about something, then it tends to rub off on everybody else. We pick up on other people's anxieties and they can become ours. And if this is the case, I'd really like to challenge you as to what are you listening to at the moment. Be careful about what you're listening to. There's a lot of information on social media at the moment and it may be accurate, it might not be accurate, but the question is it helpful? And so if you're reading things that are causing you to be anxious, to be wound up, then perhaps it's time to start looking for something a little bit more helpful. In Philippians chapter 4 verse 8, it tells us, "Brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things." That's a great antidote to anxiety, learning to focus on good things. But the second thought I have for you today is to remember that God cares for you, just like it said in that verse. You know, God knows that we all struggle with anxiety and fear from time to time, but He says, "Hey, give that to me. Hand that over and let me worry about that stuff and let you focus on the things that I've given to you." So those are my 2 thoughts for today. Be careful about what you watch and remember that God loves you. But along with that, I want to give you a bit of a heads up about 2 things that are happening over the course of the next week. And first of all is something that's happening this Sunday. We're having a combined churches online service. We're all coming together, 6 different churches, and we're coming and worshipping off the same screen. So with that, if you want to access that, you're just like normal, go to our webpage, mahu.org.nz, and click online services, and then that should be right there for you to go and watch our combined churches service. And the second thing I want to remind you about is next week, from Tuesday right through to Saturday, we're having our once a term week of prayer. As elders, we're going to be doing some prayer and fasting over this time, because let's not make no bones about it, this is a challenging time for us as people, as a church, and we're really going to need God's guidance and leadership over this time. And so you're invited to join in with that as well. In the next few days, you're going to be sent an invitation to join us at 8 a.m. to 9 o'clock on Zoom on Tuesdays, from Tuesday to Saturday for our prayer meetings. But you'll also receive our prayer itinerary. If you can't make that, then we're going to be focusing on our national anthem. We're going to be praying through the verses of that over the course of the week. So join us on Sunday morning and for the rest of the week, and I'll be looking forward to seeing you there. Hey, God bless everyone and keep your head up. Love you guys. Catch you later.